watch DJ Dan Malsom's Elephants and the Meaning of Truth. Please turn off your cell phones and put on your thinking caps. Photography is allowed, but please refrain from using flash. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the show.
Thanks for the help, Mrs. Alvarez. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Esteban, you clearly have a problem.
I don't realize what it is, Mrs. Alvarez. I swear.
Which is where I see you have a problem. How can you not realize you're drawing these things?
Well, I'm paying attention to your riveting lectures, Mrs. Alvarez.
But the detail in which you depict these scenes is breathtaking.
William Henry Harrison died of pneumonia, shortest term, had very little impact. You bought cornflakes this weekend, you found out they gave you diarrhea.
Shit, I'm late for a teacher's meeting. We'll talk about this tomorrow before class, Esteban.
Get out of my head!
But this is the truth.
What is the truth?
A man said to the universe, "Sir, I exist." However, replied the universe, "The fact has not created in me a sense of obligation."
Stephen Crane?
Yes, the truth is Stephen Crane.
That's what the elephants are trying to tell me?
What elephants? You mean the kittens?
I could have sworn they were elephants.
Elephants will always deceive. It'll sound like you're hearing them, but really they're just tricking you into hearing them. It's known as the Eledox, or the paradox of elephants. The only truth is based in reality. Think the Civil War. It's the only thing I can think about anymore, which is why everything I write is so goddamn sad.
But that doesn't make any sense. If the elephants aren't there in the first place, how are they tricking me into hearing them?
Well, that's something you're going to have to figure out on your own. The truth is in the elephants.
Or lack thereof.
You're getting it now.
So you see, even though he's paying attention in class and getting decent marks, the drawings are disturbing and strange on multiple levels. Not yet. I haven't had the chance to, Principal Buttsavitch.
Well, set up a meeting.
There are peanuts all over the floor, Principal Buttsavitch. They're everywhere. It's a friggin'... Where'd you get that? Do you recognize this drawing, Miss... I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I'm Janice Alvarez.
That is Mary.
Mary.
An old ancestor's tale passed down from my family. She killed one of my relatives in the Concord.
Hey.
Cochrane. 2 times out of 3. But we got it. She deserved what was coming to her.
They actually on an elephant from a plane?
Hey, Principal Buttsavitch, you're never going to believe this.
We know peanuts everywhere. Did you clean it up?
Yeah, we're on it.
I never got your name.
Stevie. Stevie on the train.
You have reached the Johnson residence. We're not here to take your call right now, but please leave a message after the tone, and we'll get back to you. We promise.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. This is Principal Buttsavitch calling from your son's school. I'd like to have a word with you if I may. Please call back as soon as possible at 8 work from home?
Oh, she probably stepped out of the house for a second. You know, it's not a big deal. I'll just stop drawing.
Car uses from your house. Hello? Is this some kind of practical joke?
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, I'm calling your mother back, and if she doesn't pick up...
Principal Buttsavitch, what if he really doesn't know what's going on? What if he's telling the truth?
Hey, Esteban, were you aware that your parents are both kittens?
Elephants?
Did I say elephants?
Oh, you said kittens.
That I did. There's no doubt about that. But you have questions about your parents.
I know my parents.
You know your parents are kittens.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Car uses from your house. Hello? Is this some kind of family joke?
Your parents are kittens.
God damn it, Stephen Crane. My parents aren't kittens. Cut this surrealist bullshit.
Car uses from your house. Hello? That was the police. There's been an accident. Both your parents were killed.
What?
If there's anything we can do.
You were right. Your parents aren't kittens.
My parents are not dead, you fucking asshole. Why are you doing this?
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time. We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Are you sure we have the right number?
That's fine.
Stay on. Stay on.
There is only life and death within the framework of existence. Life, death, and elephants. Have parents.
Car uses from your house. Hello?
Yes, this is she. Is there an issue with Esteban? I swear, he's never gotten into trouble before.
Mrs. Johnson, this is Denise Alvarez, your son's U.S. history teacher. No, it's nothing serious. It's just these things he's been drawing in class. Mrs. Johnson, this may sound strange, but has your son had in the past or has he recently acquired an obsession with elephants?
Stop!
This picture ain't no good, Mrs. Alvarez.
But it's your history. It defines you.
I ain't no goddamn elephant murderer.
What actually happened?
Nothing, as soon as I get rid of this picture.
I thought you said that Mary deserved what she got.
She did. But hanging an elephant from a crane, that's fucking ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as pretending to dress up as a teacher of the opposite sex.
So I see. You can't burn that image though, Stevie. In this world filled with such subtle yet present ridiculousness, it represents the ridiculous as real. In a sense, it's one of the only remaining examples of tangible reality.
That's absurd.
I'm Stephen Crane. Everything I say is real, regardless of how ridiculous it is. Now, regardless, let me fill you in on the holes in your family history. Mary was a circus elephant, acquired by Sparks' world-famous show Circus in the early 1900s. She weighed over 5 tons. Think of the possibilities with a 5-ton performer. Think of the oohs, the ahs, the ticket prices. Your great-great-uncle Red was hired to care for and train Mary. No one knows what spectacular feat she was to accomplish that week. Perhaps walk the tightrope, but that's a bit ridiculous, wouldn't you say? Well, Red was a good man, though misguided by the traditions of those times. That and his mad obsession with watermelon were probably the two biggest things that led to such a tragedy in the first place. You see, while Red was snacking on a melon during a lunch break, Mary wanted to share and nudged her trunk against a piece of the melon. Red got defensive and started prodding Mary with a hook. Have you ever been prodded with a hook? I mean, I remember this one time.
No, I've
during the
never
Civil
been
War.
prodded with a hook.
Well, it hurts, okay? And Mary didn't like it. She picked right up her trunk and threw him against the snack stand, crushing his spine.
And then she crushed his head under her foot.
His third weakness. He had a particularly soft head, especially in that misfortune.
And then they hung Mary on a crane.
Not to be confused with me, mind you.
So in this case, it's not just a cut and dry form of justice?
Well, in a sense it is, but you'll learn more about that later.
Peanuts?
In part.
But this picture has to do with it.
Yes. I'll take it from here, though.
Was very prominent in the 1950s and 60s American civil rights movement. Yes, sir.
Dr. Martin Luther Elephant. Junior.
Very good, both of you. Okay, so, which elephant assassinated President Lincoln?
Jump the elephant.
Excellent, Peanuts, but remember to raise your hand next time.
Sorry, Miss
Esteban, pay attention.
Sorry.
Esteban, which elephant was the 27th President of the United States?
William Howard Elephant.
Esteban, just because William Howard Taft was slightly above 300 pounds does not make him an elephant. He was a human being, just like all of us. Now, who has his or her report ready? Dumbo.
Mary the elephant shouldn't have been hanged. By Dumbo. Mary the elephant should have been hanged because that's absolutely ridiculous. She should have been crowned queen of the world.
Excellent job, Dumbo. A plus. Who would like to go next? Pat.
People should be more like elephants by Pat Edwina Durr. People should be more like elephants because they're nicer, smarter, and way more in touch with reality than humans ever will be.
Well, I don't have a report ready, but give one tomorrow. I mean, someone else just go now. That's not ridiculous? By who?
Well, by reality. So, to apologize, control of reality was given to the elephants. If you think about the way the world you live in works, it makes a lot of sense.
But now things are even more ridiculous than they were.
Ridiculousness is completely subjective, but yeah, things have gotten a bit out of control, haven't they? Oh, that's why people like you are being removed from this reality and placed into a new one.
Ruled by kittens.
Not ruled, per se, more controlled, guided.
Why would you repeat everything for every individual? Why not just do it all at once and make it all right again?
Reality isn't perfect, kid. You can't just rip it apart and throw it back together again. It's like a game of Jenga, or sabotaging one anyway. You see, the kittens are removing piece by piece, one by one, from the elephant's game and building their own solid structure. Sooner or later, that elephant's game will just topple over it. Cute, cuddly kittens will keep everything nice and stable.
Which still leaves the question of why kittens would do better with reality than people or elephants would.
It's quite simple, really. Kittens aren't as ridiculous as either of you two.
What about Garfield?
Hey, Garfield was not ridiculous in the least bit. Everyone loves lasagna.
Paper and a pen. If you don't have a pen, please share with somebody, preferably that you don't know, so that you can meet that person and be lifetime companions with him or her forever. This is a 5-minute intermission to take this quiz. Ready, set, go. So you're going to take this quiz, and we have graders standing by for the second half of the show grading those quizzes, and the person with the highest grade at the end of the show will get a wonderful prize. Graders, can you please raise your hands? Yes. There we go. So you're going to pass it when you're done to the outsides. It'll be very good for you, it'll be good for them, it'll be good for everyone involved. We can also answer any questions right now that you might have about the show, but we can't give you any answers to the quiz. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions?
Do we get to keep the mini ravioli?
You do.
Awesome.
You got ravioli, you can keep that ravioli. It's for you. You can eat it raw, you can eat it cooked, you can eat the whole can, but that's not very advisable. Did somebody just ask why not? Well, you could, why not? Your stomach would explode. I thought that was snails if they eat bread. I have no idea. Is that true? Did you guys hear about that? If snails eat bread, they explode? Yes. There we go. Does anybody have any questions? John, I have a question. Yes. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions?
Is there an elephant in this
We're not involved in the play.
Yeah, we're paid actors. We came just to do this.
That's what happens. Yeah. But there might stay and find out. This is a pretty bad play. You can just leave. We don't care. Anybody else have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? We have about 3 minutes and 4 seconds left. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, yes.
Why are those people sitting in those seats that are now open?
Who?
Oh, yeah. Sit over there.
Who?
There are seats now. People that are standing.
People are standing? Oh,
okay. One guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Does anyone have any questions? Sir. Mr. Sir. Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Do I have any questions?
Well, that's something that you should be able to know for yourself, for your personal knowledge. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? John, why don't you try asking? Oh, we have about 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. What happens if you get a good grade on the quiz?
What happens if what?
What happens if you get a good grade on the quiz? The highest grade will receive a fabulous prize.
Oh yeah, we forgot. If you try really, remember to answer in complete sentences, because otherwise it will be marked wrong. The answer will be marked wrong. But if you do very well, if you get the highest grade, you get a prize. Only we are allowed to.
Our wonderful graders are Mike and Neal, and they will be working very diligently the second half of the show to make sure your grades are perfect.
They'll probably give you some comments.
Yeah, that's how grading works.
You know, I had a teacher once that didn't give me any comments.
Even if we really do it.
We have about 1 minute and 20 seconds left. All right. Let's wait another 15 seconds. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Where did you get the glow in the dark stars from?
I didn't even know we had those.
It's the crafts.
Oh, it's time to go. Let's go.
Right across the street from Walmart.
Hey.
Thank you. We're sorry.
Sorry.
Better. Guided by kittens isn't nearly as exciting or as boring as you might think. That's to say, it's relatively straightforward. Sports have been replaced by various versions of bingo. For example, basketball is regular bingo, football is 4 corners, soccer is the perimeter, hockey is blackout, and underwater hockey is blackout played under the water, with laminated boards, weighted chips, and snorkels. Kittens are, in a lot of ways, like old people, which is probably why a lot of old people own kittens. Oh, you don't shout bingo after you win either. You shout the name of whatever sport you're playing. Now, some might call this ridiculous, but as touched on before, ridiculousness is completely subjective. And that's why this is a stable world. So elephants and people still exist, obviously. I mean, what's a reality without elephants and people? It becomes way too surreal. A surreality guided by kittens. Kitty litter boxes have built-in plumbing, privacy curtains, and bidets. But so do bathrooms for all species. Kittens are closet socialists, but encourage freedom of beliefs. Kitten socialism is only an idea existing within the reality, and government within the reality is only based on any ideas that exist, not enforced by the reality itself. So things are still pretty much how they've always been. Religion is there. War is there. Free will is still completely there. But sports equals bingo. Kitty litter boxes have built-in plumbing, and catnip isn't taxable because it grows in unlimited quantities in public fields and backyards.
Michael Jordan has stepped out of retirement since they reformatted basketball. He's one of the star players of the game again. Shaq is back too. They have a terrible rivalry. Rivalry still exists too. Rivalries and cat allergies. Cat allergies. Hey, we better get going. Monday Night Football, Bears versus Vikings. I hear the numbers go up to 900 for this game.
Is it still a 5x5 card?
Not this time. 6x6.
winning streak lately.
Ever since they lost to the Bengals a few weeks ago. Stephen Crane, are you sure that the fact that their team is made up of a bunch of Bengal tigers, big cats, has nothing to do with their winning streak?
There's a distinct difference between kitties and tigers, Esteban.
Yeah, tigers are orange with stripes.
I had a cat that was orange with stripes. He was named Nubbins.
Was it orange?
Yeah, and he wasn't a tiger.
It's just circumstance.
What about Hobbs?
Are you stupid? Hobbs the tiger.
Why would Calvin's parents let him have a tiger?
It's his fucking imaginary friend. The personified a stuffed animal. Jesus Christ, this dude, Bob, read the comments before you use Calvin Hobbs to back up your point.
Tiger was orange with black stripes. He was a tiger.
All right, I get it.
Hey, Mrs. Alvarez, could you pass the frosted flakes?
Oh, what about Tony? He's a tiger.
I get it!
Esteban, don't talk back to your teacher in that tone of voice, please.
But she's not our teacher anymore, remember?
Oh yeah, kittens are too elitist for school. Excuse me, gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, don't forget to try out the new bidet. It really hits the spot.
And the bell news for
Did you guys really not see that coming?
Come on, show some pride in your team, Esteban.
Well, I mean, when your team loses 6 games in a row after being up 6, you kind of lose faith.
Esteban makes a good point, Tacky.
Did anyone else hear that meow?
Oh God, this can't be happening again.
Jesus Christ, it was annoying the first time around.
Stephen Crane! What is this, Esteban?
Oh, no, that's just Patches. He's in heat.
Oh.
Oh, hey, who wants to go get some frozen yogurt? Kellas wants to make a play.
Only if they're not out of strawberry. I love strawberry.
I'll catch up. I'm just going to clean some of this up. Pretty sure Stephen Crane said he's in heat. He can't be in heat. Patches? Oh, Patches. This is just you. Well, I'm in the mood for some vanilla.
Attention that Esteban, the clever boy he is starting to figure out the truth. Stephen Crane won't be able to cover for us much longer. He is a realist, after all.
But nobody can learn the truth.
We all understand that, fellow kitty cat, but...
Well, if everyone learns the truth, then this won't be funny anymore.
Silence! Nobody will learn the truth.
Excuse me? I'm new here. Can someone fill me in with what the truth is?
New kitty. The truth is that we're fucking with everyone. We're trying to see how long it takes everyone to realize how stupid we've made things.
Oh. Wait. What do you mean?
Bingo? Bidets? Really? There's a reason bidets aren't available worldwide. They're fucking stupid.
I like bingo.
Surely, you jest.
The catnip isn't a joke, though. All kitties love catnip.
This is true. All kitties love catnip.
All kitties love catnip.
So, what shall we do about our friend Esteban? Oh, Stephen Crane. How nice of you to drop in.
We can't keep this up forever, Aslan. Sooner or later, people are going to find out, and then it won't be funny anymore.
Excuse me, Stephen Crane? I'm new, so this might seem a bit naive, but isn't it true that nothing is funny to you because you're a realist poet and only talk about war being kind and dead horses?
What a stupid question.
Listen, Aslan, I think think I have a plan to remove the boy, but it's a bit complicated.
You mean kill him?
No, just remove him from reality itself. Stevie, what are you doing here?
Ah, so you two have met. We just hired Stevie as our janitor. She's really quite good at making the floors spotless.
Ah, I see. Stevie, do you mind if we have a word alone for a minute? Excuse us, Aslan, Kittens.
Good to see you again, Gramps.
I thought that this reality was supposed to give you a better job than this.
What's wrong with this job?
You'll never make anything of yourself.
I'm a pretty damn good janitor, okay? That's something of myself.
Well, you could have been a poet.
Poets never make anything of themselves in any reality.
But what about William Carlos Williams?
Yeah, well, his name is stupid.
Well, I've never met any janitor ever made anything of herself.
Mario, Luigi, duh.
Plumbers. Is they really the only reason you decided to become a janitor?
Yeah.
Well, that was a bit misguided.
What are you planning to do to Esteban?
What?
You hear things as a janitor that you're not supposed to hear. What are you planning to do to Esteban?
Nothing. Just remove him from reality, that's all.
But he's just a kid.
Yeah, but he's kind of whiny. And kind of a
So are you.
Stephen Crane, come quick!
Esteban, what are you doing?
I've had it with the fucking fish bones in my goddamn vanilla frozen yogurt.
Come on, Esteban, it's for flavor. The kittens made a necessary ingredient in frozen yogurt, remember?
But it's fucking stupid. Fish bones and ice cream do not go together no matter how low fat the ice cream is.
But at some point, the ice cream isn't ice cream anymore because of its low fat content and becomes frozen yogurt. And you're gonna have to realize that frozen yogurt cannot fucking exist without some bones.
Don't provoke him, Dumbo.
Calm the fuck down, Esteban. It's just frozen yogurt.
No, it's not. It's not just frozen yogurt. It's the kitty litter and the bidets and the free thought that isn't really free thought if you think about it. And the fact that we play bingo instead of sports.
I like bingo. It's safer than regular sports.
Sports are not supposed to be safe. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what's up?
I said Jesus Christ.
Hey, Dumbo, are you hungry?
Yeah.
Here you go.
This bread's delicious. Where'd you get it?
God.
Wait. If you got this bread from God, then you must be Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Since when?
Well, since the kitties, of course.
What do you in for the kitty, Stephen Crane, Jesus Christ?
No reason, really. They just like the red badge of courage.
I thought that was a genius story. Stephen, Jesus, Christ.
Hey guys, that was some pretty good frozen yogurt, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, did you go to that new place by the Yummy store?
Yeah, we did. But you know, it was good, but it's a little too cat-nippy for frozen treats.
The frozen yogurt is so perfect that it doesn't even matter.
It was so good, I felt like I was a king, even though it was cold.
I think that one might have crossed the feline a little.
Hey, you know, did you see that trash outside of the store? I really wanted to dig my claws into
myself, those criminals should go to prison right now.
I know it's true.
You alright? Holy shit, he's smoking Stephen Crane's on the head.
Yeah, I can buy.
Oh, it was just a hairball.
Yeah, I still have to get used to that.
It's a small price to pay for such a wonderful world.
Tonight's play is Natasha, but not that one. A different one. Yeah. Great job, Natasha. And you can pick up your graded quiz.
Literally. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Here we go. We go this way.